Angelic Teaching 4, session number 2. All right. With faith and confidence, here we go. I'd like you to look into my eyes and let go. Let go of all fears, doubts, worries. Focus on your breathing in and out. Transform those emotions as they come out. Good. Let your thoughts come to your mind. Acknowledge them as they come. Transform them, let them go. This exercise is amazing in order to just let things come on your way that needs to be revealed. Usually it starts with anxieties and stress and tensions. And the more you keep practicing this, the more you're going to receive insights, messages, things that need your attention. I like to do this every single day. Just before getting up, just feeling, acknowledging. It doesn't have to be long. You also can take few seconds, few minutes during the day to do that. Either on the bus, or when you take a break. I also would like you to start thinking about locations, specific locations. Where you do specific things. I know, for example, that when I sit on my table, depending on the sides on which I sit, I'm not going to do the same tasks. Funny, huh? For example, this table that I'm using here to record, if I sit on this side, I use this side only to do Skype sessions and record my videos. I've got the wall at the back, door on this side, window on that side. What happens when you do that is you anchor your energy. You know that next time you sit there, it's still going to be doing some videos, which create a mindset habit. It creates a pattern. However, if I sit on the other side of the table, and the table is maybe 80 centimeters square. Yeah. If I sit on the other side, that's where I work on folders. So then I would put my folders in front of me, and I would be working on the one that I'm working on right now. And those folders will have 3 stacks. The one stack on the right side are the things, for example, if I'm working on France things, France stuff. It would be all the things that I will have to do when I get back to France. The folders on the left will be all the things that I need to be looking after because it's in the process of being done. All the projects that I'm handling. And the pile in the middle, in the center, that pile will be all the things I need to do. And for this I will have 2 stacks. One above the other. One is the to do number 1 and the second one is to do number 2. Giving them priority. See? Creating your mindsets. Organizing your things, not only in your thoughts, but as well in physical forms. Plus, using the same tools for different purposes. Bringing this flexibility in your ability to see things differently from another perspective, another angle. If I want to be working, for example, on internet and I need to type things, I would be staying at my desk. And the desk has a shape where you have different layers, different things. So I've got all the different tools that I need and they're just all around me. And I've got the different drawers. So I know that it's like my place where I can just command and look at all those different things and play with all those different things. And on that desk, I blend things from different realities. I've got my wand as a mage being just in front of me. I've got the dice with maybe 20 different faces, with letters, yes, letters that I play with. I've got big amethyst crystal. I've got other things. All those things allow me to blend those different realities, bringing different resources from different worlds. And that's where I just type on my laptop. Everything is ready. I've got the plug coming in to recharge my phone, so I don't have to grab the plug all the time. It's taped there, just ready to put my phone into the socket. I've got all my charts above it. I've got 20 different charts. Those are my buttons. Those are my parameters that I can tweak when I need it. And if I need to be working on some documents, thinking, meditating, bringing thoughts into it, I will work from my bed. Having big cushions behind me, sitting against the wall, sitting on the bed. All my papers in different piles in front of me. So I work on one project at a time. If I need to be walking through a lot of papers, then I will work from the floor, sitting on the floor and just having all those papers there in different piles and being able to sort them out. If I want to be downloading a lot of things, and I know they're going to come in many different shapes and forms, well, I would definitely love to be sitting in an armchair comfortably and then having all those different ideas popping towards me in my mind and me being able to jot them down on a piece of paper, and I would be writing on a stack of paper, and beneath it I will have a thick support like a book that I really like and that really gives me a lot of insights and wisdom that I can really relate it. So I bring in the energy from it. And that book could change depending on the inspiration that I need. It could be a partition of Mozart, it could be a self-published book, it could be a painting, a production of a painting. And then, as I'm going to write those things on the paper, I'm going to put those papers down in front of me in different piles, depending on the subjects that come through. I might be doing this for 2 hours. And probably when I will start, I probably will not eat before I finish. So the longer it gets, the more intense and accurate your visions, your insights become. And then I just display those different things as they come, like a rainbow in front of me, 180-degree rainbow on different lines. I might be building that on 3 different lines, shaped as a rainbow. 7 topics max for each line. We're talking about 21 topics, then loading at the same time simultaneously. So when I finish that, then I'll be able to bring each of those files in each of those different folders that I might already have. And if it's new folders that I have to create, then I will manifest them. And I can be doing this for just a thought. It could be a project, and that creates all the sub-different categories on its own. It could just be ideas or different things to do. I'd like you to see those different ways of working as tools. And as you can see, it's all about blending different realities. How to use your gifts, your intuitions, your insights, your knowledge in this 3D world, blending them. I see so many times, so many people coming to see me with the same concerns, being either too spiritual and totally disconnected from reality and manifestation, and being in lack of abundance in their life, or being totally in despair and stress and bored because they put all their focus in the 3D world, surrounding themselves with wealth and being totally disconnected from their own spiritual path. And it's not something that is going to just change within one day. It's something that you have to allow it to happen. A process in which you participate actively, consciously. And I would like you to embrace this as well. Acknowledge it. You're going to see that within your energy work, more and more of your experiences, knowledge are going to come through. And how you're going to be able to implement that. Again, start thinking about the legacy. I told you many times about the legacy. What is going to be your legacy? When are you going to start doing it? Working on it? You're putting a lot of focus in your kids, and that's definitely one great thing. A lot of things to teach them, a lot of things to deliver, to teach. What about your thoughts? What about your projects? Are those going to be still there after you pass? Are they going to survive you? I'm blown away by all those inventors. Their capacity of being visionary. Those writers who were inventors, like Jules Verne. Never got out of the city where he was born. Was living in France and near in a port city next to the ocean. Would never have traveled and would have seen amazing inventions such as submarines, hot air balloons, and he would manifest them through books so people could relate to them as fantasy. What about Star Trek? People have been manifesting visions of an alternate reality. However, all the inventions that they used are coming through now. So yes, books, movies are ways for visionaries to be able to shine, to transmit, to implement seeds of their own thoughts of wisdom. They found ways to communicate this, to share it. Imagine the inventor Thomas Edison brought electricity to this world. What would become our world without him, without that invention? What would be the world without internet nowadays? I'd like you to start using your gift to foresee those different things, to see how they play a major role. I'm not saying that each of us has to be bringing inventions in this world. I'm saying when you've got striking images that keep coming back to you and again and again, you have to do something with them. There is an amazing visionary I would like to be working with. His name is Elon Musk. He has this amazing dream of creating a colony on Mars, planet Mars. Imagine for what it takes for one man starting with no money to create simultaneously and one after the other different companies such as, honestly, such as PayPal, to finally bring people thousands of miles away. They consider it will take just roughly only 3 months to get to Mars. We're there. We're going to witness that. I know that. The same way reaching out to different other colonies at one point. We're going to be able to witness other races from other space-time dimensions. The next 40 years, and especially the next 10 years from now, are going to just be quite amazing. Imagine you start by giving people tools like internet, wireless phones, mobiles. Of course, at the start they're going to play and fool around with it. Progressively, they're going to find their way to use it for a better, higher purpose. It is. Everything is blending. Every single thing is blending. All those different realities are blending. You see it in so many different ways. See, for example, there is this library in London called Atkins. Okay? They publish amazing books on spirituality. And they create a list. The list of the most top influential spiritual leaders in the world living people. And it's a top 100 list. I'd like you to have a look at it. And not only focus, so you just tap Atkins list, spiritual leaders. Every single year they publish the list. So you're able to track down, and that's where they're heading. You're going to track down from 2018, 2017, and so on. And you're going to find and compare those different lists from time to time. And I'd like you to start to see that it's all about a blend. Suddenly you're realizing that People that were not that considered on top 100 suddenly just pop up there. It's not just sometimes musicians that come there or writers, but we happen to be seeing people like Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, is now in the top 5. Honestly, that's a blend. I give you this example, but obviously there are so many different ones. I'd like you to be able to witness those changes, to see them. Take a snapshot as well on the most watched videos and the trends. You'll see. Right now, people are being obsessed of watching videos, and millions of people are watching videos of a dog playing or whatever, a turtle just moving or something like that, or a cat. Yeah, cats. People are fancy of cats. Cats movies. You'll see that the focus is going to change. How many inventors in the world? A friend of mine dated the inventor of the text message. Imagine that. Text message. What would we do without the text message nowadays? He will earn royalties for 10 years. If I tell you how much he earns per minute, that's insane. Those people are gifted. I smile because you realize that I'm creating the bridge now to energy work. Those people who are gifted are able to embrace those paths of theirs because they are aware of what they are supposed to be doing. Just like Microsoft. Bill Gates knew when he started his company from his own garage. And his wish was, and he stated it at the beginning, right when he created the company, he stated by saying that he wanted at least one office program to be in each office in the world. Well, now it's definitely each desk in the world. What would it take for one man to have such vision? Imagine that. I feel that sometimes we're not totally aware of the impact of those changes on our daily life, on how this is going to impact the world and humanity. We're talking within 10-15 years' time of people just being able to work remotely from anywhere on earth, making a living out of it, and living exactly where they want. Another thing I would like you to look at is the chart of the world population on Earth. And typing as well the 10 major risks and concerns in the world of today. It's quite intriguing and challenging to see all of those things. Do you know how many billions of people are on Earth right now? Living on Earth right now? And when was last time that number just was only half of it? Have a look. I'm not giving you the facts. You'll have to look and look by yourself. There is definitely something to be doing there. What would it take for our gifts as healers and intuitives to give those messages to others, to open their eyes, to help them on their path? There will be always people acting for good and creating good around them with their gifts. Some others will use their gifts to steal, to influence, to manipulate. What would you with your gifts? I've seen people doing great things, amazing great things all their life, and once in a while doing something totally stupid that put everything in jeopardy and out of balance. And then preaching back again with their own gifts, doing great things just in order to cancel the other things that they've been doing. What would it take? What would it take for you to be embracing fully your path? Again, it's not about working 10 hours a day with our gifts. That's the thing. And that's, I guess, one of the most challenging when you're gifted and you're aware of it. Some people feel that they have to be committed to do every single thing they can, every single time, all the time. Maybe it's not about this. I've seen so many people having a regular job and on top of that, using their gifts. I've seen amazing gifted people struggling, amazing healers, psychics, and struggling with their gifts, not knowing what to do and how to survive and make a living out of it. Yeah, finding the right balance, it's not always easy. Sometimes, by using your gift, you go way too far. I've recently helped one client. She had difficulties because she was able to connect to her own self at different time frame periods. For her own self to be in her physical body and stepping over her own personality. Basically, this person is in front of you and suddenly you realize that she tells you, well, I'm 24 years old. I'm 34 years old. And you start to realize that she doesn't talk the same way, she doesn't know where she is, And she starts telling you that just by being able to move a little bit forward like that, she's able to tap into another timeline. So she's that aware of her different layers that each of her, several of her ages are like frequencies, and that she can physically tap into them just by stepping in or stepping out. Well, just talk to a psychiatrist about that, and they are definitely going to give you pills and bring you to nice, amazing, soft room. See my point? Of course she's struggling. Yeah, I get that. She's not able to work. She's a composer, musician-composer. She's got her own music studio. And she's not able to work. Plus, she's a violin teacher. How do you come back from that? She hears melodies. Music flows through her. So many artists, so many gifted people were considered as being mentally unstable, had difficulties of integrating in this world. It is difficult. It is difficult to handle, being able to embrace our different path. I'd like to believe that there is a way. I truly believe that there is a way for each single person to express its gifts with harmony. It takes a lot of courage to own our own path. To identify our own values and to walk our path on earth with those values. Again, I feel that the key thing is all about finding what brings us to be happy. Using different tools to make those visions come true. To embrace this path of ours, no matter what. And to believe that everything is perfect. I know, that's a lot to take on. Each person is different. They walk with their own gifts, their own abilities. You have to believe that the gifts you have are the ones you need. We all admire one person for its capacity of being on stage and being able to communicate so much energy to the crowd. Don't you think it's limited to only feel that there is only one way to do that? Do we only feel that freeing one country means that, for example, you need to be an amazing warrior, built with strength and muscles? Do you relate to that when you think of Gandhi? He freed one country, millions of people, and give inspirations to billions. Be yourself. Talk to you soon.